Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is HD, and I'm here to bring you guys another set of games from the Red Bull tournament in Austin, Texas. Hope you guys have enjoyed the cast so far. That I've been doing some just selecting some of the games that I thought would be really cool. And you know, a commenter made a very good point lately. HD, when was the last time you casted Protoss versus Protoss? And honestly, the answer to that, I don't know. I don't remember casting a Protoss versus Protoss. Have I ever casted a PvP? It's been a while. So I thought what better opportunity to cast a PvP than to select MC and Huck. This is MC and Huck from the Red Bull tournament. Oh man, I'm pretty stoked about this because if I'm going to cast Protoss versus Protoss, I mean, okay, I'm just going to get out there and say it. I'm going to put it out there right now. This is my least favorite matchup. I love Starcraft 2, and I love all the matches, but this is the matchup that I don't really enjoy the most. Just because, I don't know, it's just me. Everybody has their least favorite and their most favorite matchups, right? So, if I'm gonna cast a PvP, I'm gonna cast one with the best players, and it's MC and Huck, holy crap. And then what makes this most interesting is because they lived and played in the same house. They were both in Korea. Remember, OGS Liquid, OGS MC, Liquid Huck. So, this is pretty big stuff here, and you know, their play styles are super similar, man. I've watched these guys play for a very long time. They're extremely, they're like identical polar twins, although one's Canadian and one's Korean, yes. But I'm very excited to see what's going to happen in this game. Now, PvP, totally crazy matchup. It's not, I almost say ZVZ is more stable than PvP. I want to say that because I think it is. Maybe it's because I'm a Zerg player. And I play it more, but I do think that Protoss versus Protoss can be completely wild and crazy. Obviously, 4-gate's still an extremely prominent build in this matchup. A lot of pros nowadays use something like 2-gate Robo, 3-gate Robo, though. Expansions have become a little bit more common. You will see expansions happen from time to time, but it is still the outside the norm to see an expansion. A lot of games will end in a one-base versus one-base race. The thing, though, about PvP is if you can get to an expansion, if you can get to a Colossus, and getting Colossus out, all of a sudden the matchup becomes the most, the second most, I want to say, not the most, but the second most defensive matchup in the game. It's like TVT, but all of a sudden now you sit back and you don't attack anymore because you have Colossus and they can laser everything down, so no one wants to make an attack and everyone just stays in the back and says, I'll wait for you to attack me. So it's kind of crazy, this matchup, and we'll see what happens here. Zealot just kind of chilling at the frontal ramp, kind of holding position for now. There's the second gateway coming up right now for MC. By the way, guys, MC the red Protoss player, e.g. Huck. The blue Protoss at the bottom right. The scoreboard is up, so you guys won't get confused, as won't I. And 2 gateways now for both players. Chrono Boost being dropped down on the Cybernetics core, whereas MC is dropping his Chrono Boost on initial Stalkers. So what we're going to see here is MC having a timing attack. Because he's chrono boosting his Stalkers, he's going to have an attack with Zealots and Stalkers before Huck will realize his units. However, this window is extremely slim because as soon as Warp Gate finishes, and mind you, Huck's Warp Gate will finish before MC's will, all of a sudden Huck will be able to propel a bunch of units onto the field. So MC will most likely be looking to make that attack happen during that window. He's starting to flood out now with his Stalkers and his Zealots. Zealots encountering the Stalkers in the middle of the field, going to be able to push those away. And Huck now coming out with his Pylon. Remember, Huck has the Warp Gate advantage. His will finish before MC's will. And so Huck is going to have Warp Gate coming out now. All of a sudden, it looks like MC, seeing these Pylons, decides, okay, I don't want to get into a base race. I'm just going to pull back and play defensively. Which isn't it's not the wrong decision. It's totally an opinionated matchup, if you ask me. Anything can happen. But Huck, and this is very dangerous here. MC cannot let this pylon go up here on the south side. Neither of these pylons can go up, because if they do, all it takes is one Zealot standing on this ramp, and then all of a sudden you've got vision of the behind, and a bunch of Zealots will come warping in behind you. So it's very important here for MC to not allow pylons to come up on the low ground. And he does a spectacular job of destroying those. It looks like now his Warp Gate has finished as well, so any advantages that Huck might have had with that Warp Gate pretty much are negated now, as both players have Warp Gate on the field. And now, you know, because neither player killed the other player with Warp Gates, you are starting to approach the point where technology has to be invested. Robotics facility, and Huck has thrown down a robotics facility. We are going to have 3-gate Robo for Huck. whereas MC went for the more traditional 4-gate. Now, not to say that the game is, we're not going to see expansion or anything like that. The game is far from being over in the aggressive phase. We are still going to have a lot of fireworks before the day is over, and it looks like we're going to have MC coming out across the field here with a huge 4-gate timing, has the proxy pylon to warp in additional reinforcements as well. Huck needs to get an Immortal out right now, and wow, that Immortal's a very long way away, and he doesn't have Chrono Boost. He dropped the Chrono Boost on the warp gate so he could cool down the timer faster, but I think he should have Chrono Boosted the Immortal out. I don't know, this is a very dangerous situation. I love what he's doing though. Note he's placing pylons on this ledge right here to make it more difficult. Should MC throw a pylon here or here, there's less surface area for him to get vision to warp in on the ridge. That's the whole reasoning behind the pylons up on this ledge. Note, it's not picture perfect. Obviously, a pylon can still warp in right here, but it doesn't look like it matters because MC is not bringing in probes regardless. And oh my god, look at Huck, they bring in 5 zealots? No wonder there was no action over here for the longest time because there was zealots coming in. I do apologize, I missed that zealots coming in for Huck here, encountering enemy zealots, so it looks like those are probably going to be deflected. Don't think Huck will be able to do much damage here, but he is bringing in a reinforcement squad of 3 zealots. Note a warp prism on the way for Huck as well. And he can definitely get mobile through the skies with that warp prism. Now, sentries coming out in the forest fields will lock those zealots away. So I don't think his attack will do much else, as these zealots will most likely die at this point. And the forest field kind of keeping the last zealot in the back and away. And now Huck will probably have to fall back. And now, finally, MC gets a robotics facility. I was getting a little worried there. You don't want to fall too far behind in Robotech, because just pure gateway units don't cut it once Immortals kind of hit the field. And whoa, Huck now bringing in the Immortal and 2 Stalkers. Oh man, oh no, I thought he was gonna get intercepted right there, but it looks like he's just using this to ferry down south. I think the pylon sees this though. It does, and oh my god, MC can go for the intercept here. MC can pick these units off, but no, MC warping in zealots as well. But now here comes Huck from the south side bringing in units at the same time. I think Huck got the better flank. He's got the better concave and surround, but I don't know if he's got enough forces to kill this army off. Force field's coming out as well, locking some of the Stalkers out of position. We still have a little bit. It looks like the pylon finally did go down, and now Huck has to fall back home. Oh man, that was such a tenuous situation, but I think all of a sudden, as the battle winds down, MC now in a distinct advantage, has more units, and trouble now for Huck. What is he going to do? We have a Mortal that can't decide if he wants to dance on the floor, getting jiggy with it. I don't know what's going on right now. It's just blocked in the back, and this is really problematic right now for Huck. He's locked inside his base. At this point, this is where Protoss can say, okay, I'm going to expand. But will he do it? Yeah, there it is. MC dropping the Nexus down. So he will pull ahead economically rather than try to end the game right away. And it's a smart decision because of force fields. You know, if you don't have Blink Stalkers and he doesn't, you can get locked. His units can get locked up here with that dancing Immortal, and that, you know, they're not two to tango. They're not here to dance right now. So it's a smart decision for MC to go ahead and get that Nexus down and try to go into a more macro phase here. Now, what about Huck? How is he going to work his way out of this nasty situation? It looks like he's going to try to stay on one base and tech out of this. And I like the Blink upgrade. He can now blink out of the base. You know, so he's not making a warp prism, which is a little surprising to me. I would imagine now when you're locked inside the base, a good strategy really would be to get a warp prism out and try to harass the enemy Protoss. I mean, there's only 2 things that are happening right now in Huck's head about MC. Either A, MC's about to kill him with an attack, or MC's expanding and going to try to get economically ahead. And I think Huck now realizes it's got to be an expansion. That attack has not occurred yet. In fact, MC has fallen back. And, you know, Huck not getting a Warp Prism, though. He is going to go for Blink, which means he can get mobile with his Stalkers. He's still sheltered inside his base. And look at this Observer, totally relaying information back home. So MC knows now, the longer this army stays in the base and doesn't go out, the more ahead he pulls. And I think MC also realizes that Huck isn't going to expand out of this. What Huck's going to do is make an attack with Blink. Blink is about to finish. You know, I don't think MC saw the Twilight Council, or at least he didn't see it researching. No, he doesn't. But he knows that this attack is coming, and here it comes. Huck moving out, and there it is! Blink has been revealed as well. So now, if MC was watching that army he should have been, then he should know what is coming for him, and he's got the position ready and set up. Oh, what a trap! Locking in a Stalker as well. and every loss of units here does not help Huck at all. Huck's got to be more careful about his units and cannot afford to lose anything here. Dropping a couple of force fields, trying to go in here with his army, but he is down one immortal. It's a lot less firepower, and I don't think he's got any sentries either. He's lost a lot of his sentries already, and I think MC is just going to steamroll him here, man. That last immortal does its last dance, and it falls. And now, oh, there's an army coming in from Huck to MC as well, and MC is just running away with this game. Nothing that Huck can do to get back in. 46 supply to 90 here. I think it might be time to call the BG, tap out, wave the white flag of surrender, and go on to the next game of this set. And we're just waiting for it. Huck's still fighting for his life here. And more units continue to stream in. I think this has got to be the final blow here. Look at how many units are just waiting to burst through that force field, and not enough energy on that sentry. Maybe one more force field, that's it. As this is his last feeble attempt, he will get the immortal, yes! But what about that last one? No way a soccer can kill off an immortal by itself. And GG calls Huck. And MC really kind of showing Huck how it's done in the first game, but it's not over yet. It's a best of 3. Not much to say about this. We'll go right on to game 2, and I hope I see you guys there. HD, signing out.